Let me hope we are all doing fine and we okay, alive and kicking. Yeah. So this is the Mr. Sawakamba Shafiq back to you, looking at the physical and linguistic classification of the people of Kenya. The word classification, for example, if you remember biology, we had the class Arthropoda, class Insecta. So we classify, we give people we look at people, their appearance, the language they speak, then we give them the tribes. For example, if I speak Luganda, you cannot classify me to a Msoga. If you are Msoga speaks Msoga, you cannot classify Msoga to a Munyankole. So we classify people of Kenya, each group and which language did they speak, where did they fall, and where did they come from. So to begin with, the people of Kenya can be classified physically and linguistically into several groups. So we can classify the people of Kenya as physically, look at their physical appearance. We can classify them looking at their language, that is linguistically, into several groups. We say that physical classification. So Kenya's population can be broadly categorized into three physical groups. The population of Kenya can be divided into three physical groups. One, the Bantu. To begin with, they are the Bantu. So the Bantu people are the largest ethnic group in Kenya, comprising of 70% of the Kenya's population. So they are characterized by dark skin. We have the gray hair and the facial features. So the people of Kenya, the 70% population of Kenya is comprising of the Bantu people. And this is the largest ethnic group of Kenya with the 70%. That is a bigger percentage in Kenya. So, and to classify them, they are characterized with dark hair, dark skin. They are too dark. The Kenyans, they are too dark. They have the gray hair, and then their facial features. Two, we have the Nilotes, or the Nilotics. The Nilotes are the smallest ethnic group of Kenya. So looking at the population of Kenya, the Nilotes comprises of the 20% population of Kenya. So it is one of the group that is having the smallest population in Kenya. So they are characterized by a tall structure. So they are tall people, a slender build, and the distinctive facial features. So we can characterize them, we can featurize them looking at their height, looking at their ways of building, look at their facial, looking at their appearance, and so on and so forth. We have the Kushites. Still, Kushites makes the third classification, looking at the physical classification. What we can see on the Kushites, what we can see on the Nilotes, what we can see on the Bantu, it's what we can tell. So the Kushites are the minority ethnic group. It is the minority ethnic group in Kenya. It comprises of 10% of the population. It is the minority. Minority means it is the smallest. However much we say that the Nilotes were the smaller, but for them, these ones are the smallest group of people in Kenya. So they are characterized by their distinctive facial features, skin tone, and what we have, hair structure. So looking at their appearance, look at their hair, look at their color, and etc. So the Kushites makes what we call the 10% population, but the largest group is the Bantu with 70%, followed by the Nilotes with the 20%. Lastly, they are the Kushites that makes up the 10% of the Kenya's population. So let us look at the classification of the people of Kenya by linguistic phase. So the linguistic classification. So Kenya's languages can be broadly categorized into several languages or families. So one, the Bantu languages that are being used in Kenya or spoken by the Kenyans. So the Bantu language, since we are seeing that Kenya is having 70% of the Bantu population, that means still it is the Bantu language that is highly spoken in Kenya. So we say the Bantu languages are the highly spoken, or the Bantu language are spoken by the majority of the Kenyans, including languages such as the Kikuyu, the Luya, and the Luo. So these are the mostly spoken languages in Kenya, because even the percentage that the Bantu comprises or makes in Kenya, it is higher than other kind of groups. The second language that is used, the second languages that is also spoken, it is by the Nilotic group of people. So the Nilotic languages. So the Nilotic languages are spoken by the Nilotes, including language such as the Masai, the Kalenjini. So in Kenya we have the Masai speaking Nilotic languages and the Kalenjin. Then we have the Kushite language, the Kushitic language, or the Kushitic language. So the Kushitic languages, so the Kushitic languages are spoken by the Kushites, including languages such as the Somali and the Borana. So these languages are also spoken by the people of Kenya. We have the Khoisan languages. So the Khoisan languages are spoken by the smaller minorities of the Kenyan, including languages such as the Hadza and the Sadewa. Are we together? The Sandawa, the Sandawe, or the Sandewa. So all these languages are spoken in Kenya by different Kenyan groups, by different Kenyan people. So that is the classification of Kenya, looking at the physical classification and the linguistic classification. When we come back, we shall look at the factors enabling Kenya to emerge as a nation. I beg to stop here. Have a good day.